Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on 790 The Bet. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency and Wally Hatchett's Comfort Food and Drinks at 6439 Summer Avenue.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. Now, I do want to thank our show sponsors, particularly the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, which has been with us a very long time, and our new sponsor, Wally Hatchett's Comfort Food out on Summer Avenue, 7 to 2. If you're looking for that brunch, you're looking for that good breakfast, check out Tori Schoaf and all the big folks at Wally Hatchett's. It's time to talk a little turkey. Ron can rest a little bit right now. John Gordon can fill us in on what's happening in his season. But Daniel Stanfield of the TWRA out of the Region 1 office. Got Daniel on the line this morning. I know we've been rocking along. We had the Young Sportsman's weekend. Then we had opening weekend, which was last weekend. And we're rolling now. So, first of all, good morning, Daniel.
Good morning. How are y'all?
We're doing good. Well, what's happening? What's it been like?
Well, it's been turkey season. Everybody's been out in the woods, trying to get in when the weather's nice and it's not cold or raining. But, Larry, there's people out there hunting and killing them. So hopefully everybody's out in the woods this morning. And, it's kind of a little different over in Region 1 to this morning, April the 9th. It's actually the Young Sportsman's Hunt for the counties along the Mississippi River.
And then the real season for us over here starts next weekend, right? The 16th and 17th?
Correct, in the MAV unit. Yes, sir. It'll start on April the 16th.
MAV. The people are going to want to know, what is the MAV? That is
Mississippi Alluvial Valley.
That's it. And so, folks, if you were hunting in that area last weekend, you did wrong. You need to check your turkey guide, right, Daniel? And
that's right.
Explain that.
In the book or online.
Explain why we have that this year.
Well, it's been in play for a couple of years, Larry, but the main reason, the MAV unit, which is the Mississippi Alluvial Valley, I just said, it's basically to try to give these birds in these counties along the Mississippi River, a little bit of a break due to the flooding and trying to let these birds breed before they get hunted.
Right.
Let them do their thing so we can have higher nest success.
And we're talking about places like Shelby Forest,
That's right.
Where is that is the godfather of turkey hunting for the state of Tennessee, where we took all of our birds back in the old days, and we took them over to Middle and East Tennessee, and they got them all now. And and so all of us that grew up turkey hunting in Shelby Forest, well, this is youth weekend, and then next weekend the regular season opens. But I've been seeing, of course, temperatures up and down and things along that, Daniel. What do you see number-wise?
Well, as far as number-wise, I think I looked at it on Thursday, and if you look at statewide harvest numbers, I think when I ran it, it was about a little under 11,000 birds had been harvested statewide.
Okay.
And I think out of them birds, about 2,500 of them had came from Region 1.
Oh, okay. That's ours.
So,
yeah,
and actually the juvenile hunt that was back on the 26th and 27th of March, I think there was about a little under 1,200 birds killed statewide. I think it was like 1,185. But out of Region 1, there was 275 birds taken by youth.
Wow, and that's really what we wanted. I know last year, COVID and everything, record numbers, right?
Yeah. It's been high numbers the last 2 years. That's right.
The last 2 years due to COVID. Do you see that as tabling off this year?
I don't know. The numbers are still looking good. Well, we're only about 400 to 500 birds down from what we were last year at this time. But weather could be a part of that. The birds, as you hear a lot of turkey hunters complain about the birds being henned up. They're still trying to get their pecking order before they really start dispersing and getting shown up in the harvest.
Well, I know.
So I think it's going to be another good year, though.
Well, John Gordon, okay, you have a story to tell. Now, I know you hunt Mississippi. Did you hunt Mississippi?
That's correct.
Because I've never understood, as I talked last week, why Mississippi doesn't have splits, north and south.
Mississippi seems determined that the turkey season needs to run from March 15 to May 1st.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, every year.
And March 15th. March 15th in North Mississippi is cold.
That's
the
right.
weather's unpredictable.
You really. Yeah.
Ron can tell you that fishing-wise.
But you know what? It's good to have it cold because the snakes aren't out.
Well, yeah, but that's not what turkey hunters do, right, Daniel? We're not. We got snake boots now. You know,
that's right.
That's right.
But you had you did have some action.
I did. I'm fortunate. I got a friend of mine whose family has some beautiful property down around Port Gibson, Mississippi, so south of Vicksburg.
Okay, all right.
So it's leafed out down there fully.
Well, sure,
much,
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so the birds are just now starting to act right down there, and it was last Saturday.
Yeah.
Right around noon, we'd gone out that morning, and birds weren't really doing much. So we decided to go back later on to see if we could come up with a strike a bird. And pretty much had just been walking down the road for about 5 minutes, and I was making some calls on my striker call, and a bird hit, gobbled down in the hollow. That place where we're hunting actually is just a lot of kind of like East Tennessee, a lot of ridges,
right,
and hollows, right.
Yeah.
So the bird was down in there. And it's just one of those situations where when he answers you at midday like that, and most 9 times out of 10 that bird is coming to you, so you better figure out what you're going to do quickly. So we didn't have much time to figure out what to do, and I really thought the bird was going to come up through a different area and try to flank us, and he didn't, and he came across a road that I should have set up farther down, and that's just turkey hunting, especially with Easterns, because they just are so unpredictable. That's really the fun part about it to me, though.
It is. Daniel, you're listening to this, and you've heard stories like this. I've heard stories like this. You could ask anybody. One of my, I know Tideman may not be listening. I hope he's not this morning, because he knows that I had one gobble in my left ear one time right around the tree, and I shoot left-handed, and I couldn't get around, and Ty was with me, and it just didn't work out. But our season, we've got a little time here, and this unpredictable weather with storm systems, Daniel, it seems like middle of every week are coming in. But I really think that what do we say, Ron? If the dogwoods are blooming, the crappie are spawning, and the turkeys are gobbling. I don't know if that's Daniel goes along with that, but that's what I've always heard. And so we're really prime time right now, aren't we, Daniel? I mean, we're getting that way.
Yeah, it's getting there. I mean, it's still early. Usually it's going to start cranking up. And, what we've always seen here, the majority of the harvest is killed in the first 14 days of the season. So I don't know if everybody's limited out or if they're starting to go crappie fishing or if they've got ball games. But, our season runs to May the 15th here in the States. So there's plenty of opportunity left.
Well, that's what I'm holding on. I missed opening day for the first time. I don't know when it was because of my health situation. And then I told my doctor, listen to this. And I've told a lot of people like this, I'm having my port put in to put my chemo in on Tuesday with Dr. Melvin Payne. And he wanted to know, which side do I want to put my port in? And because he says, well, are you? I said, I'm right-handed. He asked me. I said, well, that means we'll put your port on the left side. I said, hold on, doctor. I shoot left-handed. Put that port on the right side, okay? Put that port on the right side. And so I'm still hopeful. Shelby's been a real encouragement for me. She says I won't, but we'll see. We're going to try.
It's going to be that port's going to cure you 100%.
Well, it's also going to allow me, if I feel like it, I'm going to be in the woods. And so if somebody's looking to take a beat-up old gizzard in the woods and get me someplace, I'm open. LR Outdoors at att.net. I'm ready for a free hunt someplace. But we're talking to Daniel Stanfield of the TWRA, talking turkey hunting. And I know that really I think, we have a great deer season, young sportsmen. Daniel, I've been penalized so much for saying juvenile hunting, and that's only in the 201 Poplar, the juveniles down there. I mean, I'm supposed to call them young sportsmen, and that's girls and boys. But I think the turkey youth hunt is one of the most thrilling things that I've never seen. I love to see those pictures, don't you? of those kids?
Oh, I do too. I think it's great getting the next generation involved. But, here's one thing I want to stress, and I tell this to everybody, even when I do hunter education classes. Youth hunt, they have a youth hunt weekend for deer, duck, turkey, but that doesn't mean that's the only time they get to go.
That's
they can
right.
go all during the statewide, so
yes,
you need to take them.
Yes, take them. That's the advantage they're giving them for a couple of days. But then when it comes to time, and the pictures, post those pictures, folks, or send them to lroutdoors@att.net. And as Ron will tell you, we'll post them on the webpage and put them on Facebook. We love to see those kids, but we love to see you old-timers too. Okay? All I'm seeing is kids. Is anybody old out there killing birds? All right? Why don't we have a senior day? You know what I mean? And we can only kill senior birds. They have to. You're just, what do you mean humming over there for? You saying, Daniel's laughing and you're humming. I mean, we got a military day, which I love all of those things, do it for the military. But I like senior day.
You should start that movement, Larry, senior day.
That's a real movement. That moves me right now. It does move me. I don't think it does much for Daniel, but it does move me. And I'll tell you what, I'll send that to Joe Benedict. And
there you go.
He's wanting comments right now. And I'll say, let's have a senior day. You have to be over
65.
Yeah. None of this young stuff. 65 is just pups. 70 and over.
Over 80, Larry.
Yeah.
So you don't even qualify yet.
That's right. Well, I'm close. Let's don't do that. I want to make that. All right, before we let you go then, Daniel, so there's plenty of time, right? Get everything ready.
That's right.
This is a time also of safety. You just mentioned hunter safety. Turkey hunting is really, let's be safe, folks, right, Daniel? I mean, tell them
that's right.
How to act in the woods. Give some tips there.
Just act with common sense, I mean, the 10 Commandments of firearm safety, if you've been through hunter education,
yes, I have.
It's in the front page of your book,
Yes. Yeah.
Be sure what you're shooting, be sure you target what's in front of it and beyond it, and don't ever pull the trigger unless you don't intend to fire it,
That's what it is. Folks, go to tnwildlife.org. Get all your turkey dates. Make sure you got them all down. Like he said, this is Young Sportsmen for the Mississippi Alluvial. What is that again? MAV?
Valley Unit. MAV Unit.
Yeah, MAV Unit going on right this weekend, and then we'll kick them off next week. Daniel Stanfield, thank you, man. Stay in touch.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
Be safe.
See ya.
All right. Daniel Stanfield. All right. I didn't mean to bring up that you didn't get to shoot the bird, but that to me, turkey hunting that's part of the experience.
That's it.
Now, you
Larry.
could go fishing and not catch a fish and come home and look like Ron Wong after he just got his tax returns nullified. But a turkey hunter,
to me, it's all part of the experience, right? Especially with eastern gobblers. They're difficult anyway.
They are difficult, yes.
Anyway, so just having encounters with them is so much fun.
Yeah. That gobble, if that
for.
don't send something up your spine, when you hear them gobble. And
you don't have a pulse at that point.
No, you don't have a pulse.
Fired up for that.
I'm hoping to go, folks. Once I get some of this stuff going, and Shelby's going to be my encourager, and I get started on this chemo 5 hours next week, we'll find out how it's going. But anyway, all right, ready? Let's take a break. Shelby's got thumbs up. Take a break, come back. Rod, we're going to talk to Shane Cox. This guy is Hammer Rod's man, and he took over the Blue Mountain College Toppers bass fishing team 5 years ago, and they're down at Ross Barnett this weekend, so we're going to talk a little fishing with Shane Cox. We'll be right back.